Guess who saved over the wrong save file and had to redo this a little bit. I just had to go back and make sure I resave over the last save file. But, yeah. I don't know where I'm going. Okay, so I'm just trying to keep track of everyone we've talked to and keep track of all the clues. Because thing is, okay, so the first person we talked to was Rosa, so that we can determine exactly from another person that Kumadori and Beatrice died. And that was true. Kumadori and Beatrice died, Genji cleaned it up. Then we talked to Kinzo, and we learned about Italian Beatrice and her past. Then we found out from Dr. Nanjo that Italian Beatrice died in childbirth, giving childbirth to Kumadori and Beatrice, who then we found out later died. Then we interrogated Maria, who told us about the marriage sorcery. Specifically, she told us that, she told us enough clues that we could gather that someone is guising as Beatrice. And that, the servants, save for Goda, and Dr. Nanjo and her, have all met Beatrice. Now we're talking with, Jessica to do something. Okay. That's not weird. So I can't play with little Angie. No, she's gonna go trip in the field and... Well, when I say trip, I mean tripping. She's gonna go be tripping in the field, talking to no one. Or she might be talking to some... That's the first time I've seen the blueness underneath her eyes. You're just a clump of the toxin. This is creepy. Not Jessica. Fuck Jessica. Not someone who makes fun of Beatrice. Well, I'm screwed. Maybe I am toxic. It's your boy in toxic form. Your boy Nate. Sorry. I just played some Pokemon earlier. I'm playing Pokemon Ultra Sun during my breaks at work. It's pretty fun. It's different, but multiple personality. Hold on. Hold on. There's a theory about Maria having multiple personalities. Oh, game. You're just trying to make me pin this on Shannon and Cannon, aren't you? Chapter 6 made me believe that Shannon and Cannon might be the same person. Don't think too hard on it, you'll just get a headache. The answer has to be right in front of me. Like, I understand that the answer may be right in front of me. And if you're wondering, I might be playing dumb. Not really. I am legitimately thinking of multiple different angles, but I do have one particular one that I'm really going for. But I'm not going to release my information until after the series is done on who I think the culprit is. So I am being a little bit shrewd about things, I will admit it. But if you're wondering which theory I'm focusing on right now, it's the Cannon-Shannon theory, based on multiple personalities, based on the fact that the problem is Will's fucking bullshit red text that said they can't be the culprit. So it's like, well, fuck. Anyways, going away from that. Okay, so a lot of characters in this game are creating multiple personalities. Who's not to say that Beatrice isn't a different personality in the daytime? That coincides with the whole there are only 16 people, which means either through Jessica creating another personality or through someone else creating another personality, there has to be one person in this game that is different from another person, but they're the same person. Because see, now we're dealing with multiple personality disorder, and we're trying to diagnose based on what we're reading, with a bunch of characters that keep on slipping in and out of their character and into some weird other character. I mean, don't get me wrong, multiple personality disorder is one thing, but trying to get another version of yourself, I mean, for crying out loud, sometimes when I listen to my own videos, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Because, like, if you know me in real life, it's a little bit different until you actually talk to me. I do try and keep things pretty entertaining, but sometimes I'm just like, no. It might be that the person with the multiple personality disorder is actually the red herring, though. Detective novels do have red herrings in order to lead the reader astray and to make them think that they are on the right path, but in actuality it was a different path, and it was made specifically for that. For example, going back to Chapter 5, the knock on the door and the red text revolving all around that and the letter, if you ask me personally, I think that that was there just to deliberately red herring the reader. Make them think about something that may or may not matter. Because here's the thing, that fucking red text and that letter didn't matter for the rest of the chapter. It didn't matter for Chapter 6, it hasn't come up in Chapter 7, so I honestly think that Lambda Delta was bullshitting us, or, in the context of the game, she was bullshitting Eureka to lead Eureka away from something. And I think that's the important thing, is that we're being led astray from time to time. We gotta know whenever, the red text is meaningful, because there are some red texts that are meaningful, and there are some that appear once and they never appear again. They're just there to confirm or deny something. I mean, the whole joke of Bottler being incompetent, okay, yes. Yes, Bottler is incompetent, but in the context of the game, it really hasn't come up other than Bottler fucking things up for everyone. I think that 07 is trying to use the red text to sometimes give us an answer, and sometimes to trick us into thinking we're on the right path, but he's leading us to a red herring. And he's trying to make sure that the readers that realize this can go away from that and realize something else. The issue that I'm having is I'm trying to decide whether I believe in every red text that I see, or if I believe in some red text. And trust me, that's something that I'm dealing with fucking Will's Van Dyne rules over here. Fucking culprit can't be the culprit. Sorry, servant can't be the culprit. I'm not sure about that. That may be the case. Because it's Van Dyne's rules, and this game has to follow Van Dyne's rules. I think, actually... yeah. Maybe. I researched a little bit of Van Dyne's rules. There are more rules than what Will's leading on to. I've researched them in the background. Some of them... Umineko's been a little bit... creative. We'll go with that, with some of them. So, whatever. a lot of Van Dyne's rules cross with Nox's rules. I'm trying to decide whether or not to think about it like that. Okay, so what happened after the conference? Sorry, I was kind of going on my own little thing. And then there's you. What if you have a multiple personality disorder with Virgilia? Hell! Genji acts a lot like Renove. Okay. How many people in this game have fucking split personality disorder? Right, okay, cause now I'm just starting to call bullshit. Is Leon and Jessica the same person? Oh boy! Now we're getting into this territory where everyone has a different personality. Surprise! The reason that there's 16 people on Rokonjima is Kinzo's secretly bottler, and that's his other personality. Because everyone needs a second personality today. I have 3. I don't know. I'm just trying to think on stuff. I feel like I'm either on the right path or I'm on the red herring path. And I can't decipher which one is correct. Because either 07 made a red herring path, because the red truth has to be the truth, but what defines the truth? That's the question. Because if something is made true based on factual data, the way you word things can mean something. Also, a lie that everyone believes in becomes the truth. We've seen it in Chapter 5. Now, it wasn't stated in Red that Netsui was the killer, it stated the opposite, actually. But oh no, I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm on the right path, but I'm also thinking that, see, I'm not as much of a critical thinker, which makes me think that I'm actually on the red herring path and I've fallen into 07's trap. And because I've fallen into 07's trap, I'm completely missing the point, and I'm missing certain details that I might have forgot about earlier. So and then it rains. I should just stop doubting myself and just trust in my gut instinct. Let's have it straight as I smile. Okay, so Gota's saying no, Shannon's saying yes. Shannon. Things keep coming back to Shannon. Specifically Shannon. If someone was trying to spread the rumor of Beatrice, it would be someone trying to guise himself as Beatrice. They're trying to spread the rumor to make people believe. I've noticed that Shannon, save for Chapter 6, has pretty much been the one who's always told Bottler and company about the legend of the Golden Witch, about how she's met Beatrice in the past, and here she is telling Jessica that she thinks she exists. Now, that could just be her being superstitious. I mean, for fuck's sake, she's a magical creature, born of, like, some molded flesh or some bullshit. A story about the VIP room. Yeah, sounds pretty cool. I love how she keeps on smiling. Yeah, I just now remembered, Shannon's usually the one to talk about Beatrice before the first Twilights happen. And it's consistent. That's the thing that's interesting. Higurashi told me an important lesson. Whenever games repeat, there are consisting factors that happen over and over again. For example, spoilers if you haven't read Higurashi, in Higurashi, there was rule X, Y, and Z. Rule X was that one of her friends would go mad and start killing. It would always be different on which friend, but it would always be that one friend would go mad and start killing. Rule Y was that Takano and Tomotaki would die. And Rule Z is that later on, Rika would eventually die. This repeated every single game board. So, it was something that had a strong will. Which, going with Higurashi, I have to look at the things that keep on repeating. One of the things that keeps on repeating is the number of bodies that keep on dying. The first Twilight usually has 6 people. Very rarely does it not have 6 people. Chapter 5 was an instance where it didn't have 6 people initially. Other than that, like, the number of people who die, when they die, and certain people talking about certain things keeps on happening. So if I go with Higurashi logic, I need to look for the things that keep on repeating. One of the things that I've noticed keeps on repeating is Shannon loves to talk about Beatrice. She doesn't... Same with Maria. Maria loves to talk about Beatrice. Shannon brings up the mystery whenever they go past the portrait a lot of the time. The brooch was broken. See, the thing, though, with Umineko is that, unlike Higurashi, which changes, like, the whole 2-week period leading up to Watanagashi, Umineko changes, October 4th and 5th, and that's it. So... what else has happened over and over again? What else has been a consistent rule of this game, a fundamental law that keeps happening? Oh, why'd you go at 2 a.m.? Why did you go at 2 a.m.? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I have not applied Higurashi law to this game yet. Funny, I'm doing it in Chapter 7, which Chapter 7 of Higurashi is when I learned that. Because... if it is indeed something... I feel like 07 wouldn't repeat the same clues, though, in the same fashion. Like, he mentioned rule X, Y, and Z in Higurashi when they cry. I don't think he would do that all over again. Make it to where, oh, if you just look for the things that are repeating, you'll find it. I don't think Umineko's built that way. So but I'm gonna put a pin on some of the things like that, such as certain things are repeating. We're gonna continue this in the next episode, so until then guys, I'll see you then.